This is episode number 198 of the Homeowners Show. Whether you're DIY or looking to hire, we're here to help you find the best information and options for you and your home. Wow. Craig, welcome to the Homeowners Show.
I am so excited about the information.
This is the Homeowners Show, and we are live today.
Sounds like a dish from the local... I don't know what it is. I'm not going to say it because I've been called a racist once on the internet, and I'm not going to do it again. By golly.
Oh, my goodness. Well, look, if you don't know already, we don't do this in the day of light, right?
In the day of light?
Oh, I said it on purpose this time. We don't. It's always dark whenever we do this, and it's late.
It is.
And we're lucky that we say anything natural on here at all. So, anyway, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Is the Wi-Fi working good over there? Are you got it? Okay, there I am.
Yeah.
I see myself on the...
So far, so good. Oh, I see it lagging a little bit.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. Okay, I'm on the interwebs.
Yeah.
Doing okay.
It's lagging a little bit, but...
So.
Cool.
Well, do you think you could muddle your way through some paying the bills?
I can, yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Do you want me to go first this time?
Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Guys, TermaSave is the only home warranty company on the planet that provides you a termite warranty for your residential home. For only $35 a month, you can get peace of mind, meaning that if termites show up at your house, it's just covered. There's no deductible. There's no tricks. There's no games. It's just you versus the termites.
And every time the termites lose.
They lose every time when you get TermaSave because you don't have to wonder whether or not you can afford that treatment that can cost you thousands of dollars, not to mention the thousands of dollars worth of damage if you don't get it treated or if they've been there for a long time. What are you going to do? It can be an expensive treatment. Get the warranty with TermaSave. Get your home covered for only $35 a month. And you'll be covered.
That's awesome, man. And I don't know if people noticed, but they've even given you a free hat.
Yeah, I got some swag on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
nice.
My TermaSave swag. So, yeah, if you need one of those, go to TermaSave.com, fill out the form, and get started in the process of protecting your most valuable asset.
Yeah, absolutely. And this episode is also brought to you by Sustained Growth Solution, the #1 digital marketing solution in the area. Pretty exciting stuff that they do, everything from web design to SEO. Lead generation is something that is one of the biggest things that they do to help contractors find more business. It's one of the most important things you can do to grow your business is have more clients. So Sustained Growth Solution steps in, gives you access to 100% exclusive opportunities to close deals. They don't give them to anybody else. Give them straight to you, 100%. So contact them at info@Sustained Growth Solutions for all of your digital marketing needs. There you go.
I'm a big fan of more clients.
Yeah, man. Who wouldn't be? I guess people that just want to be easy, comfortable,
Yeah.
But,
who are those people?
I don't know. You're not growing. Look, you're going to drop some clients too, right? You're not going to keep every client that you ever had.
Mostly because, let's face it, sometimes you can be a jerk.
That's true.
I can be a jerk.
Yeah.
We're going to lose some clients.
Sure.
We need a way to replace those clients.
That's right.
Who are probably jerks too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, well, if you're watching live, you probably aren't because something happened and we're not live on Facebook anymore.
Seriously.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. We're still recording, so we're good. But anyway.
Well, that's not cool.
No, it's not very cool. But that's okay.
So, the network went down?
Apparently.
Well, that's about as cool as AIDS.
Yeah. Anyway. So.
How very disappointing.
I know. But if you're listening to us on a podcast,
yeah,
it's totally fine.
It's audio. You're good.
No big deal. But I'll tell you this. Man, it's been crazy around my house.
Yeah?
Really crazy.
Not just because of you.
No, well, probably it's all because of me.
Yeah.
But
the spoon that stirs the drink.
Yes. Something like that. But, my mother-in-law is building a house on our property.
Right.
And so we've been using Southern Lux, our friends over at Southern Lux, to put this together. And there's a whole lot of stuff going on with all of that. We've been having contractors, show up and work on some different things here and there. So it's going to get more interesting at this point to figure out what we're doing. I mean, we were even talking to a dirt work guy today, and he was like, do you want us coming down your driveway? Because we can probably come around this way. You're going to have to take out a couple of bushes or something, but it would save your driveway, And I'm like, that's probably smart, but I don't really want to do it. But the biggest thing that I've got to do starting tomorrow, and look, of all the things that I don't want to do in life, this is way up there at the top. Mm-hmm. And that is, I'm going to begin the process of installing an above ground pool.
Oh.
And we're going to probably wind up having a podcast about this alone because...
you're going to ask me to help?
Well, no, because you're probably unavailable tomorrow.
Absolutely, I am.
You do have a business to run. So, but if you're not, swing on by. Because what I'm going to be doing is basically like leveling the ground to put this pool on. So, I mean, I'm bringing in 6 yards of dirt, and I'm going to basically build a pad to put it on. Mm-hmm. But it's huge, man. It's a 22-foot pool.
Okay. Is it square?
No, it's round.
Okay.
It's circular, 22 feet. It's 52 inches deep. So
I love that you had to add circular after you said round.
Well, I did the hand motion.
No one can see that because
can see it.
The video's down.
The video's down.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? It is what it is. But look, I do not want to do this.
Yeah.
And I'll just tell you what I'm doing, and we'll find out if this is the right thing to do. What I'm doing is I'm actually building a frame out of 2x4s that are basically a 24-foot square, and I'm going to dump all the dirt in it and pack it down and level it that way. That way I know that the top of the 2x4s, that's going to be level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I mean, how do you know what level is? I'm definitely not a dirt work guy. Just figuring it out. So, in fact, I went to...
hang on real quick. Are we recording the video still?
Yeah.
So we can post it later?
Yeah, we can post it later.
Okay. I was going to say, I think the internet's back up.
Yeah, we'll post it later.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Okay.
Yeah. So I actually went to McCoy today. Saw your father-in-law there.
Oh, yeah?
And one thing I bought was a tamp tool. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's got the square at the bottom,
it's 10
pole
inch,
in the middle.
Yeah, 10-inch tamp.
Was he nice to you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, they were doing customer appreciation today.
Okay.
Which is really cool because they
so he was polite to you.
Well, yeah, they gave
so
us...
he does not follow instructions well. Talk to him about that.
Well, they gave out free T-shirts, and they had breakfast. I had a breakfast taco that's phenomenal.
Where is it from?
I don't know, but I need to call him back and ask because it was really... And it was thick.
Yeah?
Big old huge thing.
He did not tell me about Customer Appreciation Day, and he was polite to you.
Yeah, all the things. And they had chicken biscuits there from Chick-fil-A. And they had...
I did have chicken biscuits this morning. Somebody brought me like a full platter.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. Anyway, so that's going on. And I lost all the meat and all the things in my freezer.
Oh, you told me about that.
A couple days ago. Yeah, it was awesome. Apparently, the door got left open somehow.
Yeah.
Which is weird because like these new freezers, like it's new. Our friend Megan from Renova helped me purchase this thing, and it like they suck themselves closed.
Is it like an upright with a door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and whenever you close it, like it literally you can hear it like and it like closes itself back up. So I don't know. I really don't know what happened.
Yeah.
But dude, we lost hundreds of dollars worth of food in there. And then I noticed a smell. And I was like, man, did we miss something? Because we cleaned it out. We
maybe you got hit by one of these vegetarian terrorists.
A vegetarianist?
Vegetarianist, that's right.
Vegetarist.
Roaming the streets of Montgomery County.
Yeah, that's
looking for freezers.
That's what they do.
To free the meat.
Yeah. So anyway, but I even mopped the area because I was like, is this like some drippings or something? What happened here? This is disgusting. So bad. And like at this point it's been like 2 days and I've been using a fan to just blow it out because it smells so bad. And I actually called you today and I was like, I think I got a dead animal. But I did get up into the attic space
you went
above the garage.
Yeah?
It smells fine up there.
Okay.
Well, like an attic.
Like an attic.
It smells like an attic.
This is heavenly.
Yeah, that's right. But there's no insulation up there or anything. So, because it's above an attic.
Okay.
And, above a garage.
It's got to be behind the wall then.
It's got to be behind the wall. But it is much better today than it was yesterday. So I'm hoping it was like it's probably like a
bird.
mouse or a bird or something. Probably was a bird.
Yeah, if it's already better by today, it was probably a bird.
Yeah.
They decompose super quick.
Well, that's good. So
especially those tiny
hoping.
birds.
Yeah, maybe it was a tiny bird. I don't know.
Dude, I had a lady reach out to me this week, and she's like, "I need you at my house right now. There are massive wasp nests everywhere. I'm trying to sell this property. Get over here right now." And I said, "Well, send me a picture of what's going on." And so she sent me the pictures, and I had to write her back, and so I'm sorry if she's listening. I'm not going to share your name. I don't want to embarrass you. But I wrote her back, and I was like, "Ma'am, I can come out there today if you want me to, but those are birds' nests."
Oh no!
What I said, what I actually said, I was like, "Well, those are swallows, because they build mud nests, which are very different from most birds."
Yeah.
I mean, like, so I understand why you may not know, like, what you're looking at.
But even then, a wasp nest looks different than that.
Right.
Maybe a dirt dauber.
Maybe a dirt dauber, but that would be that massive old dirt dauber nest. I mean, they can be, those nests are pretty big.
Sure.
And so when I wrote her back, I was like, "Those are swallows." And she goes, "I tried Googling. What is that?" I was like, "They're birds. They're birds."
Doesn't know what
I was like, "Please don't Google swallow."
Yeah. Oh, wow. Careful what you Google. Yeah. Don't ask questions you don't want the answers.
Don't go searching. There's bad searches.
Careful what you type, because that stays with you.
Yeah.
Those search history things.
I'm so sorry.
Why didn't you just tell her those are birds? Birds.
Well, you could kind of read in the message that's like she went down the wrong path. I tried Googling. What is this?
What is? Oh, jeez. No good. No good whatsoever. That's funny though.
Oh man.
Dude.
So anyway, we're 12 minutes into this thing. Are we gonna?
Yeah.
What are we talking about tonight?
Okay, so
besides the comical hanging from the tree, which I am so looking forward to talking about.
Well, why are you teasing people? They don't even know what that means.
No, that's why I want them to hang in there.
Yeah. Oh, it's a bad pun.
You got to titillate.
Yeah, well, it's a bad pun. That's all. So here's the deal. When we bought our property, one of the things we're really excited about is being able to put our camper on the property, because we're paying $100 a month to store this place. And it's a fairly nice place. I mean, for $100 a month, we were really getting our money's worth, because it's covered. It had electricity.
Yeah,
it was great. But I mean, we did the math, and we've had it there for close to 5 years. And so,
oh gosh,
over 5 years, you've paid like $6,000.
Yeah,
for just to park your trailer.
Yeah,
and so pretty excited to get that on there. And
you sent their son to one college class.
That's right. Exactly. I'm like, come on, man. It's so expensive. And they,
at a junior college.
And that's why you and we talked about buying a storage unit at one point. Because I'm like, holy crap, man, you can make so much money at these places. And anyway, so, but in order to get it on the property, there were definitely some limbs that had not been cut in a while that were hanging down. I was like, I don't want them to scratch up my trailer. And honestly, I don't want to damage the tree either. So I was like, okay. The cool thing is that the owners before us left a pole saw. It was an electric pole saw, but I'm like, that's fine. It'll work. But it didn't work.
It didn't work.
It didn't work at all. It did not come on whenever you pulled the trigger.
Right.
So pretty disappointed about that. And I was like, look, we got to get this done.
Yeah.
I mean,
world's worst paperweight.
Yeah, exactly. I called you and you're like, well, you can borrow mine, but it's at the shop.
It's at the shop.
Which was
long
way away. And I was like, this is my opportunity to go buy a toy.
That's right.
It's something
toy
I've
time.
been wanting anyway. And I have been super impressed with my Ego trimmer. I mean, super impressed. I'm so excited to have that thing. And so I've always decided if I was ever going to buy a chainsaw, I was going to buy an Ego chainsaw. And this is something that my buddy Rod and I were talking about this not too long ago. And I was like, man, if I ever buy a chainsaw, I'm going to buy an electric one. And he was like, why? I mean, a gas one would be so much stronger. And I was like, well, actually, no, they're not. And we've done enough episodes here, and we can say it over and over and over, but the battery-powered stuff is actually more powerful.
It can be.
It can be, as long as it's, geared up correctly. It can be more powerful and more efficient because you don't have the maintenance on all the motor stuff and the carburetors of all that stuff. So anyway, that being said, I decided I'm going to go and buy a pole saw, an Ego pole saw. And I'll tell you, first of all, spoiler alert, I'm very glad I purchased it. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you why in a minute. But the thing that's interesting about the pole saw is it is part of their attachment series, their Power Plus attachment series.
Okay.
Which, honestly, I kind of wish I would have gone with this setup before I bought my trimmer.
Oh.
Because they have a trimmer attachment for this system, and you just buy the attachment rather than buying the whole separate tool. Okay, so you buy basically the brains of the tool, and then you just buy the attachments separately. The one thing that the string attachment, the trimmer attachment doesn't have is the string loader, which is awesome. The string, I don't know if you remember, but like you press a button. The worst part of loading a trimmer is like winding the line, right?
Yeah.
Well, this one, you literally just pull the one I've got, you pull the string through and you press a button and it winds it for you, which is amazing. But the attachment doesn't do that. So maybe I'm not too sad. Because that's like reason enough.
That's like the whole reason you want that trimmer.
Absolutely. Yeah. Reason enough right there.
I actually had a guy the other day, I was walking through his garage and I was like, hey man, you got the Ego trimmer? And he goes, yeah, but I didn't get the one with the loader. And I was like, why? And he goes, well, because it came with a package with the blower, and I really liked the blower, and it was cheaper. And I was like, he was like, but I really wish I had that loader.
Yeah, man. That, like, I'm telling you, that's a game changer because honestly, almost every time, I feel like probably every other time, realistically, that I'm weed eating, I have to reload because of, I've got enough weed eating to do. And
are you just buying crappy string?
No.
Really?
No, I just have a lot, man. Like,
a lot of what?
A lot of stuff to trim.
A lot of stuff to trim.
And honestly, I'm like, I don't like.
Is it round?
No.
Is it like the Hex?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. And but like, I also don't like load it to its max probably either.
Yeah. Maybe we just need to work on your technique.
No, because here's the thing.
No.
I enjoy pressing the button.
Listen, Craig, I am the master trimmer. There's no way I could be doing anything wrong.
No, obviously not. I don't know why there was a question. Like, I get to press the button and it loads it for me. Like, it's actually fun.
Yeah.
It's not the worst part of trimming.
Let me tell you something then. I have not reloaded the string on my trimmer yet.
Really?
I am still on the original string.
You must not use it very much.
I use it every time.
Every time? But how much?
What do you mean how much?
Like how long does it, like how long are you actually using your trimmer?
Like about an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I don't have any chain link fence.
Yeah,
that'll eat your string.
Yeah.
So, but I really don't have anything.
Do you ever use it around like concrete or?
Yeah, because like I use it around the rocks around the fire pit.
Yeah.
And that'll eat it every once in a while.
Yeah.
And I have some concrete around that I use, but like other than that, it's just like wood.
Yeah.
But still, I've had that thing for well over a year, and I still haven't changed the string out.
That's crazy.
It didn't have that much string in it.
That's nuts, man. We need to know what kind of string that is.
That's what I'm saying.
Some kind of like carbon steel, inner carbon steel.
I do want to try like the blade.
Oh yeah, I do too.
But I'm afraid it'll I'll hit like a plant I don't want to or something, and just
it's
really
gone.
Yeah,
it's gone. Yeah. So anyway, all that to be said. So I bought the pole saw, got it home. It was really pretty simple to put together. The one thing that I was glad about is it came with another 2.5 amp hour battery. So now I've got 2.5 amp hour batteries for it. And they're like, one of the things to know about the Ego system is they're 56 volt batteries, man. Like they're not playing around. This isn't a 20 volt system. It's not even like a 40 volt system that Ryobi has. It's a 56 volt battery. And
so you got a whole new battery for this one too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I bought the whole. You had to buy the whole tool, not just the attachment. It comes with a charger and with the actual battery as well. So,
okay.
So now I've got 2 chargers, 2 batteries, which I'd already been thinking, man, like that 2.5 amp hour battery probably is not going to last me across 3 acres.
Yeah.
You know. And,
so with I'm looking at a picture of what the other heads for this system. So it looks like there's a trimmer and then like an edger.
Yeah, but they've got a whole bunch.
Oh, there's more than that.
Yeah. So they've got the trimmer, the edger. They've got a hedge trimmer, like the long, like the saw
Makes
blade.
Sense. Yeah.
Yep. Then they've got the pole saw. They've also got a cultivator, so like a
tiller.
tiller.
Okay. I see a bigger picture now. There's like a sweeper, an edger, a tiller,
and a brush tool, like the brush attachment, like a bristle attachment.
It looks like a water brush is what they have.
Yeah.
There's one with there's one that looks like a sweeper for like dirt, and there's one that looks like a sweeper for like water.
Yeah, exactly. Those are but one of them is actually it's like a rubber broom for like water. Yeah, and then one that's like a bristle attachment for like rocks or debris.
The tiller, edger,
yep,
hedge trimmer, and then it looks like there's like an extension rod.
Yeah, which honestly, I needed that. Mm-hmm. I really needed that. In fact,
how much is the extension rod? Do you know?
I don't know.
I'll look it up. Keep talking.
So I actually need the extension, and here's why. I wished that I could get just a little bit higher with my pole saw. It would be really good for like a hedge trimmer too if you had some really large hedges that you need to get to the back of. That would be really helpful for probably. But so I got it home, put it together, and you just fill up. There's like a little tank that fills up with oil, so it self lubricates itself. And I went to town.
Sound like chain oil?
Yeah, chain oil. I went to town on this thing, and I'll tell you, there is not a single limb that I tried to get through that this thing didn't just absolutely tear to pieces. I mean, I've had multiple chainsaws in my life, and this was every bit as good as any chain. Now, of course, brand new chain, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so it's sharp out of the box, but it just absolutely tore up the limbs that I needed to take down.
The extension rod looks like it's $64.
That's a no-brainer for me. I mean, because how long does it say it is?
31 inch.
Yeah, like almost another 3 feet.
Yeah,
I need to get that because I've got some more stuff that I need to trim up. But anyway, I will tell you. So I was. So here comes the story. You ready for the story?
I'm ready.
All right. So here's the thing. Like some of these limbs were hanging down pretty low because they had a lot of foliage on them. But in order to trim them where they needed to be trimmed, they were up pretty high. Right. So I borrowed a 12-foot A-frame ladder, which I know you would love to be on top of. And like those things are tall, man.
Yeah.
12. They're tall.
It's like you start setting that thing up, and it's like it's still going up there.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, it's really hard to kind of like walk it up, and then like it takes up a huge footprint, on the ground. So I'm at the top of this, and this is really where I needed that attachment.
Yeah.
Because I had one that was so tall that I was like, man, I got to get that one. And I'm not going up to like the last step I was willing to get on while holding a pole saw was the second one from the top. I wasn't going up to the first one from the top.
Are you talking about like the tippy top or like the actual step at the top?
The actual, yeah. So there's
the one that says don't step on this because it's not a step.
Yes. Like
so you were at the one two down from that.
Yeah, 2 down from the cap, the very top.
Okay.
Right. So I'm not stepping on that last
that's out
step.
there.
Well, because I mean,
there's nothing to hang on to.
There's nothing to hang on to, and like if you're on that second step, you can still kind of brace yourself with your legs.
Yeah.
But if you get up there, like
you're in no man's land.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
And so The problem is it's so high up there that I'm using that pole saw above my head. Okay, and it doesn't matter what pole saw you're using; they're heavy on the back end. Like this one had a 2.5 amp hour battery on it, and those things are not lightweight. But like if you had a gas one, it's heavy too because you got the gas tank, right? So they're heavy. So I'm above my head, right? And like you've trimmed trees before, right? So really the way you're supposed to do it is like you're supposed to start from the bottom of the limb and cut about halfway up. And then come back to the top and like cut in an angle down, and so it falls, breaks off. Well, I don't know what I did, but I did the bottom piece, and I came up to the top, and I think it was the angle that I was at. I got almost through, and it hung. The blade wouldn't keep going. And like one of the things I think with a gas trimmer that you don't get with an electric trimmer is I think it'll keep trying.
Yeah.
but with the electric stuff, like if it gets hung up to save itself, it just won't try.
Right.
Even. And so my mother-in-law's below, kind of watching, helping me, pull limbs off once I get them. And she goes, "What's the problem?" I said, "I'm hung." Like this was like the third branch I was working on too.
Yeah.
I was like, "I'm hung." She's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, it won't go." And she said, "Okay." And I said, "And it's stuck. Like the blade is stuck. I can't get it out."
Yeah.
And she goes, "What are you gonna do?" I was like, "I don't know, but I'm gonna have to have your help. Like we're gonna have to go get. We also had a 10-foot ladder with us. I was like, you're gonna have to go get the 10-foot ladder, and I think we're gonna have to do some maneuvering here." And so, she goes, "Okay, I'll go get it." Well, it was on the other side of the house, and my mother-in-law is 71 years old.
Yeah.
So she was like, "I'll go get it." And the 10-foot ladder all by myself. And they're not lightweight. Even the fiberglass ones are not lightweight. Heavy. And so she goes and gets it. This whole time, I'm holding the pole saw above my head. Because here's the thing. I just bought this pole saw. If I let go of it, it will probably hang there. But there's no chance that it doesn't bend that head.
Yeah.
The what is it called?
The blade?
The blade. It's just going to bend it. And I'm like, I just bought this thing. I'm not going to do that. So I'm holding it. And, or worse, something does give way and it breaks and it falls at this point like 14 feet.
Yeah.
It ain't going to work very well after that probably. So we do a couple. I was like, I've got to move. I said, I think what I've got to do is I've got to move the ladder. It's in a bad position at this point. I've got to move it. So she gets up there and she's like, "Well, what do you want me to do?" I was like, "I need you to come up and hold the saw." And she was like, "Okay, I'll see what I can do." So she gets at the very top of this 10-foot ladder and she's holding it. And I was like, "Here it is." I handed it to her and I rush down, move the ladder, take it back from her. And she's like, "I don't have much strength up here. You're going to have to hurry." So I do. And dude, I'm not kidding. We probably messed with it for 40 minutes. 40 minutes that I'm holding this thing above my head.
It's 38 minutes longer than I need to be on any ladder.
Yeah. And so that's the other thing is like I'm trying to I'm pulling on it a little bit and the whole limb's just kind of, swinging. And she was like, "What if I can grab the limb?" I was like, "You can try." So she gets on the 10-foot ladder over there and she grabs the limb and tries to pull it toward her. Nothing's working. And thankfully, at one point, people were not in the way. I was still up, obviously, still up on the ladder. And I pulled it just the right amount, apparently over amount of time, and that limb gave way. And it was a big limb.
Yeah.
And it came down with a thud, and I'm on top of this ladder, and the pole saw just comes down, and I'm like, "Oh my goodness!" I literally had it by the handle, and it swung down to my side. Ooh. And I'm like, I'm glad I'm on a 12-foot ladder because it's got such a nice footprint on it, that they're pretty stable. Yeah. They really, really are, even though you're a long way up there. Dude, I thought I didn't know it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, okay.
Sounds like a good opportunity to like Tarzan off a limb, man.
She actually said, she was like, do you think that like someone could come and like do what you just said?
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe. But like, here's the thing. If I call Craig right now, if he's home, it's 15 minutes for him to get over here. And it's already been like 30. Right. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here. But anyway, who knows? She was like, could we get someone with a pickup and put a ladder in the back of the pickup? Could we do it then? I was like, yeah, probably, but
that doesn't work.
I
tried that.
You did?
Well, then when I had a swarm of bees up a tree one time and I was just pissed off at them, I was going up there to like throw a rock at them.
That didn't work out?
No.
For you or the bees?
Either one of us.
Okay. Could you actually get the ladder in the back of the truck?
No.
Oh,
it's too the most pickup trucks they're not long enough.
They're not long enough. Yeah,
for a ladder that tall.
Look, I don't know what we would have had to done.
Plus, my wife said I was an idiot.
Well, was that before or after you got up on the ladder?
It was during.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so I'll tell you, man. Like I was. After that, she was like, do you want to keep going? I was like, yeah, I got all these limbs to do. Like, I've just started. And I'll tell you, I can't tell you how many limbs we took down. I probably took down 30 limbs that day. And it was getting nighttime. Like, it wasn't supposed to take that long, but I wasted 45 minutes on top of a ladder. And so the battery lasted about halfway through.
Okay.
So I probably got between 15 and 20 decent sized limbs down before it stopped on me. I don't know how much runtime that was. I'm not sure. But then I just popped the other one in and I was able to easily finish.
From your trimmer.
Yeah, from the trimmer. And if you had like a 4 amp hour battery, you probably could have gone quite a bit longer. But I mean, that's also going to weigh down that.
Sure, it's going to be heavier.
Heavier
battery.
It's going to be heavier.
You better have a bunch of little ones.
Yeah, exactly. So I at this point, I'm still all the limbs are still at the back of my property, and I need to cut them up and burn them. But I was like, man, I probably need to just go buy an actual chainsaw at this point and to cut all those up. Then I was like, it's just little limbs. I'll probably just use the pole saw to finish cutting them up. But I'll tell you, I was amazingly impressed with how powerful it was.
Yeah.
I mean, it's super quiet. I mean, it doesn't,
because
yeah. It doesn't, it's not loud at all. But it did a phenomenal job.
So does it have any features on it other than, I mean, like, and it's not to say that it needs them. I'm asking just because I want to know. Does it have any features other than just pull trigger, cut wood?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's got a, what is it called? It's got that little teeth thing at the bottom of it. So where you supposedly you put it up against a limb and it keeps it steady as you're coming through.
Gives you a little bit of leverage.
A little bit of leverage. I don't know what that thing's called.
I don't know. Who knows?
But who knows? But it's got it's a 10-inch bar.
Okay.
And that's pretty standard for a decent sized pole saw.
Yeah.
So 10-inch bar. It's it's got that automatic lubricating system. You just pour you don't have to do anything special. You just pour the chain oil into the thing. And honestly, like it looked like I had used none of it after that entire time.
That's good.
Yeah, so it'll last a long time as long as it's taken care of. The thing, it is water resistant, so that's probably good for a lot of different reasons. I mean, especially if you're cutting any live trees, you can get into some wet stuff.
But I mean, the good thing about having an electric saw like this, and I think when these initially came out, even when they had like the electric ones that were running off of
like a plug.
Yeah, like a plug.
Yeah.
Like those sucked.
Oh yeah.
But having an electric one that's actually powerful, the downside to a gas one is you rarely start it.
Right.
And so like when you do go to use it, those maybe 2 times a year.
Yes.
you're going to be you have to put into your plan that I'm going to spend 20 minutes just getting this thing to turn over.
Yep.
Because it's all gummed up or whatever.
Yep.
Like, because I didn't put it away right last time or whatever.
Right.
Or even if you did, it still sat there for 6 months, not being started.
Right.
And that matters.
Yes, it does.
And so with an electric one, if it has the same amount of power, man, you slap the battery in, pull the trigger, and off you go.
Yeah, and that's really all there is to it. I mean, there's no maintenance that you're going to have to do on this thing except maybe sharpen the blade or get a new blade
and then put
like that.
Make sure and put bar oil in that reservoir.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the things that's actually kind of cool. So it's got the attachment and all that kind of stuff. So you got to use a hex key for the chain, for the bar, for all that kind of stuff, which you would do with any pole saw, right? That's just the way it is with any of them. But one of the things it has on it, it's got a place to store that hex key on the attachment.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like a little clip that holds that hex key. So
sort of like on a circular saw.
Yeah.
Circular saws do that too.
Yeah, exactly, which is great because, how often are you like, I got to the chain comes off, or the chain...
Find the right one.
Yeah, then you got to... Yeah, exactly, and you're searching through your toolbox, all that kind of stuff. No, you don't have to worry about that. So that's really good. Here's the other thing that I was really, really impressed with. Most power tools, whatever it is, come with what type of warranty, in your opinion?
Like 2 year, 3 year?
Yeah, if you're lucky. A lot of them are maybe even 1 year, that type of thing. Ryobi has a really good warranty. Most of the time you can just replace it. But this thing out of the box has a 5-year warranty on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
is that full replacement?
Yeah, I was actually looking at that question.
Where are they? Are they at Lowe's now?
Yeah, they're at Lowe's. They're
Ace.
at Ace. You can get them on Amazon too. Yeah. Which is really, really great. But what it says on the warranty, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, Tractor Supply, not Ego, but they're carrying Greenworks now.
Yeah, Greenworks is good.
Which that's a new one that they're carrying.
Yeah, Greenworks is great too. I know that our
Eric loves
friend
those.
Eric loves Greenworks stuff. So it's a 5-year limited warranty as long as you purchased it from an authorized retailer. Yeah. It's 3-year limited warranty on any battery packs and chargers. And then you can, let's see. Yeah. Other than that, it doesn't say a whole lot.
Ryobi recently bumped theirs up to 3. It used to just be 2.
2, yeah.
Now it's 3.
Right.
I don't know why.
I don't either, but Ryobi's doing a lot of really, really great things. And honestly, they've got a pole saw. You've got one.
Yep.
And you've had good luck with it. And again, it kind of depends on what kind of ecosystem you want to get into. So if you've already got the 40-volt Ryobi stuff, stay in that system.
They've got some good stuff.
They do. I would not encourage anyone, if you've got a 40-volt Ryobi system, I would not encourage you to go get the Ego. Even though it's a great product and I'm super happy with it and I would highly recommend it to anyone, it doesn't make sense to jump ecosystems just because you think one might be a little bit better than the other one. Yeah. I would go after the ecosystem that you've got. But for me, I already had the trimmer. I knew I liked it. And so I've already got the ecosystem. So
did you get a blower for it?
I didn't, man. No. I've already got a backpack blower, Husqvarna backpack blower.
It's a gas powered one?
Yeah. And I really don't, that thing it's a beast.
Yeah.
So I really don't need something else. So no, I haven't done it. Although, and the thing that beyond all the things that you and I would say about how great battery powered stuff is, honestly, one of the biggest things is they're quiet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not hard on your ears, which is a big deal for sure. It really is. You
can listen to a podcast while you're weed eating.
Absolutely,
that's a big deal.
It's a huge deal, and you can talk to people on the phone.
Yeah,
whenever you can get work done. So
multitask.
I will tell you this. So I've mentioned this on the podcast before, but the homeowner left a lot of stuff at the house. She didn't leave junk. Mm-hmm. She left good stuff. One of the things she left was, did you know that Cobalt has a 40-volt system as well?
I did not.
Yeah, I didn't either. But she left a Cobalt 40-volt hedge trimmer.
What?
Yeah, it's really nice. I've got a Ryobi one, an old school. It's blue,
right?
It's really old school, but it works on their 18-volt system, and it works really, really well. This one's a lot better than that one.
It's probably about 10 years younger too.
Oh yeah. Oh, if not more, because like I said, mine's blue.
Yeah.
So, I got a lot of blue Ryobi stuff. It still works. But so when I went to Lowe's to get the trimmer, the pole saw, they had the Cobalt system there. And I started looking at it, and they've got a pretty impressive line. I had no idea.
Yeah, they've really come out they didn't really have a whole lot of power tools before that either. And they've got a bunch of them now.
Yep.
So,
they're in the game.
Cobalt makes a good tool. They've always been like a good hand tool.
Yes.
But I actually haven't, other than like what you're saying about their hedge trimmer, I haven't tried out any of their power tools.
No, I hadn't either, except for that. And so what's interesting is now that I have it, there are certain tools that I might be inclined to buy because I don't have the Ryobi 40 volt system.
Right.
I went with Ego. I've got the 18 volt system from Ryobi. So, but like, for example, if there was a fan that I wanted or a flashlight or something, and it wound up being, you can get this one from Cobalt and it's, $100 and the one from Ego is $140, I might be inclined to buy that Cobalt just because,
already got it.
I've already got it.
Yeah.
So
that'd be weird. A 40 volt flashlight.
Well, but they've got
who would not believe that you're out like hunting deer?
It's not like a little handheld. It's I've seen them. They're like,
I know what you. It's like a work light.
Although, did you know that Ego now has a massive fan that runs off their 56 volt?
Really?
It's like this big. It's bigger than a box fan, and it's got misters on it.
That's cool.
And so you literally, and it's got a pump on it. So you just put a hose down in a 5-gallon bucket, and it's a misting fan.
Ryobi has that.
They do?
On the 18 volt line, yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. It literally sits on a 5-gallon bucket. It's got a little tube that goes down there, and the mister's on the side.
Yeah, but this one's big.
Well, yeah, theirs is not big.
No, I've got one. It's not Ryobi. It's electric, but I've got one that sits on top of a 5-gallon bucket. Does the very same thing.
Yeah.
They're really great.
I've always wanted to try it, but put ice water in the right, especially right now.
Yes,
and just to see, how much would that cool you off?
I never told you about the air conditioner that I built out of a 5-gallon cooler. Like the water coolers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I built an air conditioner out of it.
Oh, that's cool.
So what I did, I left it at the previous place that I worked. But what I did was I took 3 2-inch PVC pipes and I cut holes in the side of this thing and put glued them into it so it's got ports, right? And then I took the lid and I cut a hole in the top of the lid and I found I had 2 old air hockey table fans.
Okay.
And I put those, I built those into the lid of the cooler.
Yeah.
And so it was blowing air. And you just freeze a gallon of water, put it down in that cooler, and the fan blows and hits the ice and blows it out.
Yeah.
And it's like an air conditioner.
Huh.
And you just need a little bit of electricity. It actually worked pretty well.
It sounds pretty much like how a swamp cooler works. You just run cold water through the filter and
exactly.
Yeah.
That's all it was. So
what were you using it for?
We were at a campsite.
Where there's a cabin or something?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was hot. And so we just used it for that.
Smart.
So speaking of, we didn't finish a conversation from earlier where I told you I had bought a mini split and I put it in my storage shed. You thought I had put it in my shop.
Right.
But I bought a massive swamp cooler to put in the shop.
Okay.
Yeah, it says it'll cover thousands.
It's like the high sense or?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I think it's the same one that you've got, only I've got the
bigger model,
the bigger version. It says it'll cover almost, I think it's like 960 square feet or something.
Okay.
So yeah, basically my thought was the other place was sealed up and the shop isn't. So swamp cooler ought to do a pretty good job. It's not like it would do in Arizona or West Texas.
Oh no, it does a good job.
But it will do a fine job for what I need.
Oh, for sure, yeah. It'll drop it by 10 degrees. That's easy.
and just having the cool air, like having cool air blowing a little bit is a huge thing around here. So
oh yeah, like, and it works better when the fan's a little, like the one on mine, like the fan's not crazy powerful.
Yeah,
but it's really just like pushing cool, moist air through the area.
Yep.
So
anyway,
yeah.
But yeah, I would tell anybody, go buy, if you're looking for a pole saw and you don't have an ecosystem already, the Ego brand, I am just continually impressed with them. They're expanding their line all the time. I mean, they got a zero turn, which a lot of them do now. Ryobi
almost
even
all
has
of them do.
one.
Even like the gas powered brands have like Cub Cadet has an electric one now,
Right.
So
yep. I mean, and they'll tell you, like, it'll do 3 acres.
Yeah,
which is the size of my place.
But
it so happens to be.
We can test that theory.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Ego, if you would like to have us review your zero turn,
that's what we should have. We should have a battle of the electrics.
Oh yeah,
that's what we need. We need like one of each and see which one actually like stands the test of time.
Yeah. I mean, because both of us have
about 3 acres to mow.
Yeah. Exactly. And that would be
find out if it's actually true.
I'm down. You just contact us at info@homeownershow.com and you will be able to get our quick reply.
That's right.
To be able to test one of your amazing mowers. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, any other questions, any other thoughts about this?
None for me, man. I mean, it's a saw.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, we could talk about it for a long time, but at the end of the day, it cuts things.
Did it cut it?
Yeah, it really cut it.
I'm in.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyway, all right. Well, sorry you didn't hear us on Facebook and
you
YouTube.
just have to listen to the audio.
You have to hear it, on the replay. But all you listeners out there, thanks for hanging with us. Thanks for downloading today's episode and giving us your time for today. Go ahead and click the like button, the subscribe button, the share button, all those things. And leave us a 5-star rating and review. That'd be fantastic. But until next time, we'll see you later.
See ya.